Alright, your second lesson for this year is lesson 1.2. Again, we're just pretty much going to go through 1.2, 1.3, whatever, Unit 1, Lesson 2 of Unit 1. Yesterday we learned a few things, basic things that we needed to know. Real quick review was the dice thing, where if there were 5 black and 10 red, we recognize that because these two things are different, they compete, and that the color that wins is the one that has the most, which means red is our color. And because they are competing, 10 to 5 is the score, which means that red wins by 5 points. So red 5 would be your answer. Same thing here, but what we learned yesterday was if the colors are the same, that we actually put these two things together. So 4 black and 8 black make black your color, but 12 altogether, because again, when they are the same, they agree. When they are different, they compete. Alright, so in other words, 4 points for black, 8 points for black makes 12 points for black. 5 points for black, 10 points for red means red wins by 5, or however you want to view it. We also talked about the multiplication, which was if there is one negative, that it's negative. So because the signs are different, it's negative. 8 times 6 is 48, and that would be your answer. Here we talked about if the signs are different, again it's negative. 7 times 3 makes 21. Sorry, I didn't do that right. And then negative 4 times negative 3, both signs are the same, so that would make it positive. And then 4 times 3 is 12. So again, what we learned was that if the signs are different, it's negative. If the signs are the same, it's positive. So the one main thing we learned was how to distribute an outside value to two inside values. And again, this was what we learned yesterday, and hopefully you did this at least a little bit yesterday. If not, you can always do yesterday's assignment and then move to this one, but make sure you work in order because the assignments get tougher as they go. But what you had to do yesterday was show the meeting. So 5 meets 8x, and you had to put a parentheses around both of those. We were taught to use a plus to connect them, and then 5 would meet, that is a negative 2. And so what we had to do now was multiply. 5 times 8 is 40, and bring down your x. 5 times negative 2, the signs are different, makes a negative 10, and so that would have been your answer based off of what we did yesterday. The other question we saw yesterday again was this one, where 9 meets 3x, and which means plus. 9 meets 1. So from there, 9 times 3 is 27, bring down your x. 9 times 1 is a positive 9, so we put plus 9. And again, that's where we were yesterday. Alright, so if you had any issues with that, please go back, make sure you show me some of the stuff you had issues with, ask me about it, because again, moving on to today's without understanding yesterday's in this class is not going to work for you, so please make sure you do that. Today we're going to move our experience with distributive property a step further. Hopefully you were able to do the problems from yesterday's MathXL again, but if not, again, go back, send some messages, send some pictures of your answers so I can try to help you out. That's what we're here for. There's only one difference, and that is that you will have a negative on the outside. And so you have to be careful when you actually show this work, because you don't just put 4 meets 6x. This is a negative 4 meeting 6x. You will still use a plus. Again, all this is tricky here, but you still use a plus, and this is still a negative 4 meeting a 3. And so as long as you get the part of putting the negative inside the parentheses and combining this with the plus, I think you should be good, because keep in mind all you have to do now is negative 4 times 6, the signs are different, so it means it's negative. 4 times 6 is 24, bring down your x. Negative 4 times negative 3 is, negative 4 times 3, the signs are different, so it's negative. 4 times 3 is 12. You can use your calculators on these numbers, just make sure you get the concept more than anything else. And because I'm forcing you to show your work, using the calculator isn't going to do much, but just kind of help you with the other part. On this one again, negative 3 meets 2x. Always use a plus to connect it. And then negative 3 meets negative 8. And so from there, these signs are different, so it's negative 3 times 2 is 6. Bring down your x. Negative 3 times negative 8, the signs are the same, so it's positive 24, and that should do it. Alright, So again, just try your best on that stuff. It's not a lot of questions, but again, as long as you're doing your best to keep up, I think you should be fine. And I think the pace of this is easy enough to where you can actually do yesterday's and today's as long as you're working as hard as you can. These negative signs will cause you to make a few mistakes. Just take your time and remember these facts. Number one, if you can show the meetings appropriately. So if you haven't had an issue doing this, which hopefully you haven't because I haven't gotten any emails from anybody, then you're got one part down. If you can apply the negative positive rules, which again is if the signs are the same, it's positive. If the signs are different, it's negative. Then you should be able to get the right answer through patience. The material is not really tough. It's just tough to slow down. So you are going to see the black and red dice on today's assignment. You're also going to see the pure multiplication to make sure we work on that. Again, just make sure you understand that everything is going to just keep building on itself. So you need to make sure you're communicating if there's an issue. All right. So other than that, good luck.